You hear that beat, you know it's time for the Stardom Situm Show. Welcome, everybody, to Week 3. My name is Marcus Grant. His name is Michael F. Florio, and we are here to talk about Michael F. Florio's Stardom Situm column. You can find that at NFL.com/startsit. I know that you put that out every single week, and there's no hate or discussion at all about it. People just accept that as gospel.
Oh, yeah. The comments are always super friendly.
Absolutely.
I look forward to reading them each week.
Absolutely. It's just sort of nice, relaxing reading. Sit down on the couch and let's see what the internet has to say about things, because the internet is always complimentary all the time. We will have the top starts and sits of Week 3. We'll have some of the biggest questions. And, of course, we're going to open up the velvet ropes and see who gets in the club dub. Who's going to score you 25 or more fantasy points this week. But let's get started with the quarterback position, taking a look at the starts and sits for Week 3. Who you got?
Tua Tagovailoa against the Broncos. I think Kirk Cousins is a great start this week. Jared Goff as well, especially at home. And then some sits, a little spicy with Trevor Lawrence there. I'm not ready to start Jordan Love just yet. And Matthew Stafford, I like only if you're kind of handcuffing him to Joe Burrow right now. Otherwise, I think you get away from him.
Maybe I'm crazy. I'm big on Matthew Stafford this week. He's in my sleepers column. I think he has a really good week. Maybe I'm just a little bit drunk off of what I saw from the Rams offense the first 2 weeks of the season. But let's talk about Kirk Cousins, because through 2 weeks, he is your QB number 1, which I don't think anybody saw that one coming. And this potentially could be a score fest against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, that's exactly why I want as many Vikings and Chargers as I could get in my starting lineup this week. Kirk Cousins right now is top 2 in the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns. The Chargers have allowed the most passing yards through 2 weeks. Remember what Tua and Tyreek Hill and them did week 1? I think we could get something similar like that from the Vikings this week. This is a must-win game on both sides with 2 really good offenses and not so great defenses.
The Chargers are the first team in NFL history to have 50-plus points but yet be 0-2. Wow. This one's going to be wild, though. Should be a whole lot of fun. In theory, somebody has to win, but, it could end in a tie. You never know.
I'm rooting for that.
That would be fun. I mean, not for Vikings or Chargers fans, but for me, in my own personal enjoyment, that would be a lot of fun. You mentioned spicy, that you've got Trevor Lawrence as a sit going against that Houston Texans defense, which, look, they're not terrible. They're not great, but they're not terrible either.
No, and you can run all over the Houston Texans, which means they don't always give up a whole bunch of passing volume. So far this season, they've allowed just 1 passing touchdown. And since the start of last season, it is 16. They actually have more interceptions in that span than passing touchdowns allowed. And Trevor Lawrence, he got them twice last year, did not throw a touchdown in either game. He threw 3 interceptions and he averaged just 219 passing yards. I know it's a little bold. I'm not telling you to sit him for anyone, but it's possible you paired him with a Jared Goff or a Kirk Cousins. I would go that way. I even think Russell Wilson is appealing over him this week.
That's right. All the things you said are why I really love Travis Etienne this week, because I don't know that they need to lean on Trevor Lawrence in the passing game a whole lot, but I do think they're going to give a lot of touches to Travis Etienne. Let's turn our attention to the wide receiver list. Florio starts and sits for the pass catchers. Who do you like and who do you not like?
Puka Nacua must-start option at this point. I think Mike Williams is as well. Jordan Addison, you might notice a trend from that game. Nico Collins has been awesome, and so Zay Flowers is getting more work than I think people might realize. Some sits, it pains me to say, but Garrett Wilson, I think you get away from Marquise Brown against the Cowboys. I had JSN as a start last week. He did not come through. Until we see it, I think you got to sit him. And then Cortland Sutton as well as a sit for me.
Got Nico Collins on that list, and this was a guy that we thought could be the wide receiver 1 in Houston. Right now, he is the wide receiver 7 overall, 80-plus yards in both games, looking for another big outing against Jacksonville this week.
Yeah, and it's not like you said, 80 yards or more in each game. It's not a 1-week thing. Through 2 weeks right now, he's averaging 10 targets, 113 yards, and just under 21 fantasy points per game. And the thing is, when the Texans fall behind, they abandon the run altogether. They are one of 2 teams with over 90 passing attempts, and they're all funneled to their wide receivers. Nico Collins was someone I liked as a sleeper coming into the year. He is now someone that I am starting everywhere that I have him.
Tank Dell, too, another name to remember, because he's getting a lot of work in what, again, should be a pass-happy offense for the Houston Texans. Garrett Wilson, we were really hoping that he was quarterback-proof. That might not be the case. Zach Wilson might be the Garrett Wilson stopper, especially this week against Bill Belichick.
It was kind of like DeAndre Hopkins when he had to play with Brock Osweiler. It was
Ah.
like he's quarterback proof with anyone but this guy, and that is Garrett Wilson. And I know in week 1 he came through, but he needed a catch of the year candidate for a touchdown. In week 2 he came through with a 68-yard touchdown, but besides that, he caught 1 of his 7 targets for 15 yards. In Zach Wilson's career against the Patriots, 3 full games, he's thrown 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and the Patriots have allowed just 2 touchdowns to wide receivers, which is extremely impressive when you factor in they've played Miami and the Eagles. So I don't think Garrett Wilson scores a touchdown, and if so, I think you want to get him out of your lineup.
Adam Rank once called Brock Osweiler a shutdown quarterback, and I feel like we can sort of say the same thing about Zach Wilson at this point. Coming up next, we're going to talk some tight ends because they are certainly a mood. Also going to have our own vibe check, tell you how we are feeling about some of the big fantasy questions that you have this week. Stick around for more of the Stardom Situm Show. Start sit tight ends for week 3. Florio, go.
Sam Laporta is becoming very quickly a person you want to start each week. Kyle Pitts, I'm giving you another chance. Dallas Goedert is too good to get away from despite the slow start. And I like the matchup for Hayden Hurst, even if with Andy Dalton starting. Some sits, Dalton Schultz, Gerald Everett, even in that score fest, Chega Okonkwo, and unfortunately, Tyler Higbee. He just has not got a whole lot of volume.
Yeah, for all the hype about Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell, Kieran Williams, I guess, as we're being told, Tyler Higbee has sort of been the big loser in this for the Rams offense, at least for fantasy purposes, that is. Let's talk about Sam Laporta, though, because I know you and I liked him at the start of the season. We liked him as a late-round draft pick. At this point, he's sort of approaching must-start territory.
Yeah, he was the tight end 8 in week 1, followed it up with being the tight end 8 in week 2. And on this season right now, he is the 4th highest scoring tight end entering week 3. He's been playing consistently over 80% of the snaps, getting consistent volume. But I think we could see him used even more as he just becomes more comfortable in this Lions offense and just in the NFL as a whole.
He's just getting plenty of targets. He's showing he can make plays. And again, it helps that they're not asking him to block. Just run routes, get open, catch the football. That's all we want you to do. I expect there to be a lot of throwing in that game too. All right. This is the part of the show where we talk about Kyle Pitts. Fantasy Twitter has sort of united. This is the last stand. It's now or never for Kyle Pitts, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in like 300 or something like that. Like
this is Sparta.
This is it. The final chance for Kyle Pitts, because it's all about the matchup. It's not even about Kyle Pitts at this point. The Lions so far have allowed the most yards to tight ends, and they're allowing 18 fantasy points per game to the position. And you might be like, okay, who have they played? They played the Chiefs without Travis Kelce and then the Seattle Seahawks. Kyle Pitts is easily the best tight end that they are going to face so far through week 3. I don't trust Arthur Smith to do the right thing, but in a game where I'm expecting they're going to have to put up points to keep up with Goff and the Lions offense, like, just take advantage of the matchup and throw the ball to Kyle Pitts. But I'm very fearful that come Monday, we're going to be like, wow, Jonnu Smith, 100 yards this week, huh?
I mean, look, there's a reason that on NFL Fantasy Live I called Mac Hollins a sleeper, because that's sort of how it's gone. They are throwing the ball occasionally. They're just not throwing it to Kyle Pitts. But this is it. We have all united as one across the fantasy social media landscape. We are holding hands and lighting candles and singing songs of hope for Kyle Pitts. We're gonna start like a GoFundMe or something for targets if this doesn't work out.
Get him off of the Falcons.
That's something that's just
what I want.
Help me help you, sort of thing. Gerald Everett, friend of the program, says he's the best basketball player on the Chargers, but you say he shouldn't be playing in your fantasy lineup this week.
Gerald Everett is an awesome dude, and he is a good football player. The only issue is he's been splitting routes and targets with Donald Parham. Last week, Everett only ran 15 routes. On the year, he has just 6 targets. That's 3 targets per game. I really like Everett for a real-life standpoint, and I think if you start him, you're hoping for a long catch or a touchdown. The volume just hasn't been going his way enough right now to warrant starting in fantasy.
It's been hard. I mean, a lot of places to go with the football. Gerald Everett not getting that opportunity. Donald Parham seeing a lot more snaps so far this year. Time now for a segment we call How We Feeling. We'll rip through some guys we're getting asked about on social media and let you know if they should be in your lineups this week. So let's start. Kareem Hunt reunited with the Cleveland Browns, taking on the Tennessee Titans. Kevin Stefanski says he will play. How you feeling about him?
Hunt is someone that I want on my rosters, but not in my starting lineups. One, it's a hard matchup against the Titans. I am anticipating Jerome Ford to continue to be the lead back for Cleveland. I want to see how much work Kareem Hunt is going to get. I kind of need to see it before I get him in my lineup.
Well, and so that then brings us to Jerome Ford, who right now is the lead running back there in Cleveland, going against those same Titans. I think you start him, but mostly based on volume. As Florio mentioned, the matchup is not great. The Titans' run defense has been shutting people down for the last couple of seasons. This isn't a new thing. So in that respect, I don't love it, but I do think he gets the majority of the work, and volume is so key for running backs. So I think that's the reason you have Jerome Ford. But for me, he's a low-end RB2 at best. Let's get nuts. Taysom Hill, tight end / quarterback / jack of all trades. What do you feel about him against the Packers?
I think you should be starting him if you have been streaming tight ends or anything like that. Look, they are super banged up at running back this week. They are going to use a bunch of design runs with Taysom Hill. I would not be surprised. In fact, I am expecting him to be the goal line runner for this team. He led them last week with 75 rushing yards, which for a tight end, 7.5 points is a pretty good day. Add in a touchdown there, we're talking about him maybe being a top 5 tight end.
It doesn't take much to be a top 10 tight end in fantasy football this season. DeAndre Swift in Tampa going against the Buccaneers on Monday night. I think you can start him. Now, what I think is going to happen is that he's not going to be as bad as he was in week 1. He's not going to be as great as he was in week 2. Keep an eye out on Kenneth Gainwell because there is a chance he could come back to play. So that's something worth monitoring. But I do think he's worth a start just because he does seem to be the most talented back. He looks like the most talented back in that Eagles backfield. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, so I would give DeAndre Swift some opportunities as a flex. Been a rough go for Justin Fields. He was getting ripped for allegedly throwing his coaches under the bus. Now he's got the Chiefs. How you feel about him?
I mean, I don't know why you're ripping the guy when he's just saying the truth. And at first, coming into this week, I was like, I guess you got to give Justin Fields one more chance. Then he said this: my goal is to go out there this week, say F it, and play football the way I know how to play football. And I'm like, we're getting running Justin Fields back. We're getting deep throws from Justin Fields, especially in a game where they're going to have to put up points to keep up with the Chiefs. If you drafted Justin Fields, I give him another chance.
Hold the line with Justin Fields. Even if you don't want to play him this week, don't drop him. Tank Dell against the Jaguars. Well, you heard Florio talk about Nico Collins. I threw in that I like Tank Dell. I'm going to stick with that. I like Tank Dell. CJ Stroud has thrown the ball 91 times in the first 2 games. This team is constantly trailing. They are very pass happy. Tank Dell showing that he can get open and earn targets. I think this is going to be another throw fest for the Texans this week. And so I think Tank Dell very much in play, especially in deeper leagues. We are not done yet. We got to talk some running backs. Plus, we're going to get our fineries on. We're going to go to Club Dub. That's coming up after this break here on the Stardom City Show. All right, Florio, let's talk some start-sit running back, shall we?
Travis Etienne, because Texans. Raheem Mostert, who has been awesome. Kieran Williams, how we are saying it from now on. Brian Robinson Jr. in a good matchup. And I think Najee Harris is in play again this week. Some sits. I don't want to start running backs against the Cowboys, which means James Conner. Dameon Pierce, unfortunately, is a sit. Dalvin Cook. I'm sticking with Rachaad White as a sit, and A.J. Dillon in a tough matchup against the Saints.
Let's dive into some of these guys individually. Let's go with the aforementioned Kieran Williams, who looked great. He basically made Cam Akers expendable in Los Angeles. That's why Cam Akers was traded to Minnesota. The Bengals, look, the defense is good, at least on paper, but you still have faith in Williams this week.
Getting traded from LA to Minnesota right before the winter is rough.
That's rough, man.
But for Williams, it only means good things. I mean, he played 96% of the snaps last week. He had the hardest possible matchup for a running back. He went out and he gave you 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 28 fantasy points, a whole boatload of them. Now he gets the Bengals, who've allowed the second most rushing yards in the league. Williams is a must-start option moving forward.
Kieran Williams has looked fantastic and getting so much of the passing game work, too, which definitely boosts his overall opportunities. James Conner, he's, I think, universally been the only Cardinal people have any faith in, but this is one where if you can get away from him, I guess you probably should.
Yeah, I loved James Conner coming into the season. He's been reliable the first 2 weeks. This is all about the matchup. In week 1 against Saquon Barkley, the Cowboys limited him to 63 total yards and less than 10 fantasy points. And then last week against the Jets, a very talented backfield, They held all 3 of their running backs to a combined 3.2 fantasy points. Combined. Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Michael Carter. Look, on the year, they've allowed 89 rushing yards to running backs. And this is a game where I think the Cowboys will be playing from ahead, which means a lot of throwing. If you start James Conner, I think you're just kind of hoping for some dump-off passes.
I'm starting James Conner, and I'm just hoping for some dump-off passes. Hi, it me, James Conner, fantasy manager. Dameon Pierce. This is a guy that I am embarrassed on how many teams I have him on, and it has not been good so far. I tell people don't drop Dameon Pierce, but you can't start him at this point.
That's exactly where I'm at with him, except for in our fantasy live league where my backups are Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara.
Gah.
I got to start him there, but right now, it's not a Dameon Pierce problem. It is a Texans offensive line problem. They were without 4 starters last week, and Dameon Pierce on the year has more yards after contact than rushing yards, which means every single play he's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage and just fighting not to lose yards. And then the pass game usage has not been what we were anticipating it would be. And right now on the year, the Jags have allowed less than 100 rushing yards to running backs. It's a bad matchup. The O-line is in shambles. I would just, like you said, you don't drop them, but you sit them.
I think better days are coming, but right now it's just not time to put him in the line. Until we see something, he's probably best left on your fantasy bench. Meanwhile, guys who are not going to be on the bench, they're going to be up and partying at Club Dub. At Club Dub Players of the Week, guys, we guarantee you will score 25 or more fantasy points. And you have a Cleveland Brown getting into the club.
I don't know if a Cleveland Brown has scored 25 points in a game yet this season.
Yeah, I know.
But the air horns are back. Start Amari Cooper. I think he goes off this week. Look, last week, we did not know if he was even going to suit up. He gave you 10 targets, 7 catches, and 90 yards. Now he gets the Titans, who struggle mightily against receivers, but especially at those who can win downfield, line up out wide. That is exactly what Amari Cooper is, and they are great at stopping the run. I think this is a week where Watson's going to have to earn that contract, and he's going to have to do so by throwing it to Amari Cooper.
And right now, Amari Cooper has been the only wide receiver you can trust in that Browns offense through the first 2 weeks. For me, we keep talking about how we expect the Chargers and Vikings to be a score fest. So, look, Justin Jefferson is frequently in the club, right? Like, I mean, people just see him. They already opened the gates. They give him bottle service, the whole thing. Well, I think he is going to be just lighting sparklers and making it rain all up in Club Dub this week against the Los Angeles Chargers. We are expecting a lot of points. We're expecting both quarterbacks to go big, whether it's Kirk Cousins or Justin Herbert. And Justin Jefferson is the #1 target. I think you need. I don't know that that Jordan Addison gets into the club. Maybe Justin Jefferson sneaks him in through the back door, but he's certainly going to be hanging around there, maybe trying to see if he can get himself a free drink or anything for sure. But Justin Jefferson popping bottles, buying out the bar at Club Dub this week.
It's like in Goodfellas when he shows up. They just take him right through the back the kitchen. They have the table right set up in front because Justin Jefferson's there every week.
Every single week. They just know. They got like, somebody tries to sit at the table. They're like, excuse me, sir, that's reserved for Mr. Jefferson. You're going to have to leave. That's just how it works with Justin Jefferson there at Club Dub. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. We're going to go and get our relax on somewhere else. Hopefully you will as well. That'll do it for this edition of the Startup Sit 'em Show. He is Florio. I am Marcus. Enjoy week 3, everybody. We'll talk to you again real soon.